and Information Literacy subject for this school year 2020 to 2021. I know we are still suffering at this pandemic issue, but education should still go on. So to start with, I'll introduce myself first. I'm Miss Maria Jessica Alcimilia, and I will be your subject teacher in MIL for school year 2020 to 2021. So let's proceed. I'll be giving you first a piece of information about me. Once again, I'm Miss Maria Jessica Alcimilia, and I'm a graduate of Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in English. And I do teach English subjects. For this school year, I'm handling Media and Information Literacy subject and 21st Century Literature of the Philippines and the world. So for my teaching experience, I'm teaching for almost 9 years now, from private school going to public school, ranging from the ages of learners from grade 1 to college, junior high school, and senior high school. So as a teacher in MIL, I'm very particular with the things that were happening around us, including the pandemic issue, using the media and information. So the goal here in media and information literacy is you need to be a media and information literate individual. So for our course description of media and information literacy, the course introduces the learners to basic understanding of media and information as channels of communication and tools for the development of individuals and society. It also aims to develop students to be creative, critical thinkers, as well as responsible users and competent producers of media and information. So let's now move on. We do have 2 quarters for the whole semester, first quarter and second quarter. So let's start with the content standard of the first quarter. For the first quarter, the learner demonstrates understanding of media and information literacy and MIL-related concepts. So the goal for the content standard of the first quarter is more of discussions of media, information literacy, technology literacy. So it's all about media and information literacy. So it's more of content and theoretical base. So let's now move on. So this is the performance standard. At the end of the quarter, you need to organize a creative and interactive symposium for the community focusing on being a media and information literate individual. Later on, we'll have bits of the more comprehensive discussion of your performance standard. Let's now move on. So the most essential learning competencies, this is under the to achieve the content standard and the performance standard, this should be attained specifically. And this one is incorporated with the Depth Ed curriculum under K-12. So the first one is describe how communication is defined by media and information. Second, identify the similarities, differences of media literacy, information literacy, and technology literacy. Another one, essential learning competency, is explaining about the evolution of media from traditional to new media, shaping the values of norms of people and society. Another MIL is discussing responsible use of media and information, comparing and contrast how one particular issue or news is presented through the 3 varied forms of media, the types of media, the print, broadcast, and the new media. And the next one is contrasting indigenous media to the more common sources of information such as library, internet, and other sources of media. So another also for the learning competency in the first quarter is presenting an issue in varied ways to disseminate information using the codes and convention and the languages of media. Next one is citing practical situation when to apply knowledge in intellectual property, copyright, and fair use guidelines. And by also creating a campaign to combat digital divide, addiction, and then bullying. So what do you expect for the first quarter? The things that you're going to expect for the performance task for the first quarter are the following. For lesson 1, you're going to make an essay. Lesson 2, you're going to be making a millennial doll. Lesson 3 is a brochure. Lesson 4 is a position paper. Lesson 5 is a media form. showing the print media, broadcast media, and the new media. And at lesson 6, we're going to be making a digital poster. While for the last task, which is the final task of the first quarter, and indicated in here performance standard, you're going to be making a virtual symposium. And this one will be done through or by group. So you'll have 2 groups in 1 section. So let's proceed. Anyway, I'm going to discuss this one as we go on with the lessons, and we're going to have another video for you so that it will be easy and comprehensive for the directions, instructions, and the procedure of your performance task. Let's now proceed. So the content standard for the second quarter is the following. The learner demonstrates understanding of different sources of media and information, their design, principle and elements, and selection criteria. In this content standard for the second quarter, you're going to be making your own media already. So that's for the second quarter. Now let's now proceed for the performance standard. The learner produces a living museum or electronic portfolio or any other creative forms of multimedia, showcasing their or his or her understanding, insights, and perceptions of the different resources of media and information. As you see, we can have last year, for the school year 2019 to 2020, with my MIL class, we did the living museum. But it's not possible due to the pandemic issue. So though we can have also electronic portfolio, but I know it will be easier for you. So to make it easier, but at the same time you're honing your other skills in computer, we're going to use the performance standard of creating another creative forms of multimedia, showcasing what you have learned in media and information literacy. So let's proceed for the MELT of the media and information literacy. So the first one is citing an example of an issue, showing the power of media and information to affect change. Another one is describing the impact of the MOOC or Massive Open Online Course, and then discussing the implication of media and information to an individual and the society. And also, we're going to describe the different dimensions between the text, the visual, the audio, the motion, the manipulative, and the manipulative interactive, and the last one, which is about the multimedia. And you're going to analyze the different dimensions which are formally and informally produced, organized, and disseminated. Another one also, you're going to evaluate and create a multimedia from living museum, electronic portfolio, and the others. But for our case, we're going to choose the others. Another one is you're going to produce a creative text-based, visual-based, audio-based, motion-based, manipulative-based presentation using design principle and elements. So these are the things that you will expect for the performance task of media and information literacy. Lesson 1 is the proposal, a movie proposal. Lesson 2 is a movie poster. Lesson 3 is the sneak peek or the trailer. Lesson 4 is the advertisement. And the last performance, which is the final performance of the second quarter, which is under performance standards set by the Department of Education, which is the short film. We're going to take the tidbits and the directions, procedures on how to make the short film in the incoming days for the second quarter. So this is the grading system for the media and information literacy. The Department of Education is still not releasing memorandum that we're going to add periodical tests into our grading system. So as you see, we have only 75%. 25% will be put into your written works, and 50% will be allotted for your performance task. 25% written works is more of quizzes, activities, written activities like that. While the 50%, which is about the performance tasks, the ones that I have presented to you a while ago. That's why they are very important, because that's 50% of your grade. So as we go on with the new normal learning system, which is about the distance learning module instruction, we're going to use the following. The first one is the module, and the second one is the session guide. Your module is the one that you use to learn the content, to learn the subject. While the session guide will be used for you to be guided on how are you going to use the module. So here at your session guide, you're going to see two things. The first one is when are you going to submit the output, and the second one is what outputs should be submitted on that set day. So anyway, you can study your session guide given by your advisor. Anyway, I have provided that one already. Now, let's now move on with this class schedule. For your class schedule, I think you are every Monday afternoon class. So from 12:30 to 4:30. So that's your class schedule. And I think your advisor already have given to you your class schedule. Let's now move on with how am I going to monitor you in media and information literacy. First, you're going to be monitored through Asynchronous consultation hour. Second one is the Synchronous consultation hour. Now, what is Synchronous consultation hour? Synchronous consultation hour is we're going to use the following: the video conferencing, the Facebook Live, the group chat, call, text, peer teaching, and other apps into your cell phone wherein we can communicate. So this one, we can also have recitation using the following means of communication. And this one is a two-way process of distance learning. Why it's a two-way process? Because you and I will communicate. So there will be feedback. If you have something to ask, you can ask me through the means of communication. While the Synchronous consultation hour is basically a traditional way of learning, meaning you're the only one who's learning the module. You're the only one watching the video presentation. You're the only one reading the PowerPoint presentation. You're the only one watching the links that were sent by me, by your subject teacher. Okay? So that's the Synchronous consultation. Now, how are we going to do the Synchronous and Asynchronous consultation hour? We're going to do the Asynchronous and Synchronous consultation hour through the following. We do have 4 meetings in a month. So first week, which is Monday, every Monday we're going to have class, even if it's, I don't know if it's still if it's holiday or whatsoever, it still continues because we are in pandemic and time is very important. So first week, Asynchronous consultation hour. Second week, Synchronous consultation hour. Third week is Asynchronous consultation hour. And fourth week is Synchronous consultation hour. Now, we are done already with class monitoring. This time, how are you going to submit the activities? The first one is using the drop-off point center. Drop-off point center is where your barangays are included. I think we do have 10 clusters for Marinduque National High School. So you can send your envelopes together with your activities through the following drop-off point centers. And you can also send your activities, if you are very particular with your health or the safety protocols, you can send it through my Gmail. And then you can send it also to upload it to your Google Classroom, Messenger, and then official FB group of the subject. Now, I got a few rules for my subject, the Media and Information Literacy. Since we're not going to have face-to-face, but still I'm encouraging everyone that we still act what is acceptable, okay? So the first one is be on time. Be on time in submitting your outputs. I am handling not only one student, but handling 400 plus students. So be considerate of the deadline. So please submit it on time so that your outputs will not be lost at the same time. It will be graded on time. Next one is be respectful, not only to me, but also to your classmates in terms of their time, in terms of their efforts. Another one is be cooperative and be participative. Be cooperative and be participative whenever we have class. If we will have recitation, if I will ask you questions, if I will ask you to make a question for the subject, please be cooperative and participative in my class. Another one is be patient. Not all the time I'll be 24/7 be available in my class, but for the given period of time that I gave you for my class schedule, I'm always available for that. But be patient. There are times that I cannot communicate with you. So be patient. Next one is be always on the go. What do you mean by be always on the go? You're trying to look every task and every learnings in media and information literacy as an opportunity and not as a burden. So always think positive that whatever I give you is something that you're going to learn. Another one is be humble. Take humility into your body system. So maging mapagkumbaba. Though you know already what we are discussing or you have already do the advanced learning of the topic, but please be humble. So be humble also means that since you are already good at it, you know already what is the subject all about, so you can also extend help for your classmates. And also be open-minded. There are some off-limits topics in our topic in media and information literacy, especially this is media. So try not to be nega with the topics that we're going to discuss. So be open-minded. Next one is be positive, like the ones that I have told you. And another one is be original. I don't like you copying, as in really copying. You can be inspired, you can be influenced, but not the total copying of the person, total copying of the document, total copying of the learning thing. So next one is be happy. I want the media and information literacy class to be a happy class for us. So though we are not in face-to-face and we're doing online, we can still be happy in lots and varied ways. Another one is be inquisitive. Be inquisitive in a way that you always ask questions that you think that you don't understand. Not for the sake of just asking questions, just to weigh the knowledge of the teacher. Inquisitive in a way that you're going to learn with me and I'm going to learn also with you. Another one, I'll be posting videos into your media and information literacy class. That's why while watching the video, you take down notes so that it will easily be remembered and at the same time you can easily understand it. And another one is have a learning body. What do you mean by having a learning body? If ever that you're offline, you don't have cell phone, you don't have load, you don't have internet connectivity, you have a learning body with you that can inform you on what is happening to our group chat. If there are updated information, updated news about our subject, media and information literacy. Always remember, mas maganda nang may alam. Another one is avoid complaining. I don't like the word complaining, but I want you to go into suggestions. If you think something is wrong, you may suggest. Or if you think something is better, you may recommend. Because complaining for me is a negative thing. Okay, so I think that would be all for my online rules and reminder for my subject media and information literacy. So according to DepEd Secretary Briones, education cannot wait. Though we are still in pandemic, education must still go on. So welcome to media and information literacy subject, and I hope you're gonna be guided with our quote for the day. Train your mind to see the good in everything. Positivity is a choice. The happiness of your life depends on the quality of your choice. Happiness is a choice. Have a good day, everyone.